Me and Carlo bought the house to live in, but we started noticing some creepy things, and we decided that we didn't want to live here.
It's pretty haunted, let me tell you. It's one of the most active and consistently active places I know paranormally.
And that's when we heard not just 3 knocks, but it was bangs. They boom, boom, boom. And that's when I ran out the door. There have been people that have been bitten and scratched down here.
One of the most haunted buildings in all of Ohio.
A lot of people have had shadow activity.
Ghosts say they have seen apparitions and black shadowy figures.
How you died. I swear it's in my heart.
So this is where we believe Daisy lived her last days.
If there is any children spirits here with us, would you like to play with that red light I have on the bed right there? Hey, what is going on, everybody? It's Austin here. Tonight we are at the Beale Mansion in Fremont, Ohio. This is a very historic 1800s mansion, which is supposedly very haunted as well. We're about to get an entire tour of the inside of the house, and then we're going to do a paranormal investigation on each floor. So we're going to see what we can get tonight. I've been wanting to do this place for a while. It's been popping up around the internet lately. So we're finally here at Beale Mansion. Let's get into it.
I'm Heather, and this is Beale Manor. I'm also co-owner, and Carlo is the other owner. So I guess I can start with the history. It was in the 1900s, the late 1900s. Jerome Beale and his wife, they built this house. He was a business owner in Fremont. He had a jewelry store and a piano store. And so they built this house. They lived here till the 20s. They sold it, and he moved to Minnesota, I believe. And then in 1922, the Wool family bought it, Daisy and Jerome. They raised their kids here, but in that time, they were here because it was such a, how do I say, prominent family. A lot of the times they would have wakes here, or they wouldn't have funerals, but they would have, for people that couldn't afford them, they would have wakes. We think they had him in this room here just because of the layout of it, but in the 1940s, Clarence, he was hit on the corner. I mean, he didn't pass away, but his health went downhill from that. He did die, we believe, upstairs. We don't know which bedroom exactly, but he did die upstairs. Daisy, she died in the 60s here. We believe, this is her room right over here. So over here, so this is where we believe Daisy lived her last days, because there is a call button over here, and then, you know, the bathroom has a ramp. But we get a lot of activity in this room, especially for some reason right here in this area. A lot of our equipment with lights, go off over here. And we've had the chair rock by itself. We've also had an EDI thrown off the chair. But this room is pretty active. We've seen shadow people in this room come and go, peek around this corner. But you get a lot of activity in here, but we do believe she died in this room.
So that's actually documented that she died in there?
Yeah, they both died in the house. And then we can go right here. So on the staircase here, people see a little boy a lot. On the landing there, we do a lot of the tripwire. The tripwire, the kids, we think they're kids, But after Daisy passed away, I'll go on with that, I'm ADHD, but after that, Daisy passed away, it became a home for the mentally challenged and like sick children. It was mostly boys, we believe. And it was that until probably the 90s, maybe? I'm trying to think. But then it was bought privately. They did try to do a bed and breakfast. That didn't really work. So 2009, it was bought, and they lived in it for a couple years. They did have a lot of stuff happen here. There was children ghosts that would play with their children, and then they only lived here a couple years, and doors would open and close. They had all kinds of activity. And then it sat empty for about 8 years, and then me and Carlo bought the house to live in, but we started noticing some creepy things, and so we decided to kind of check it out on our own and bring our little, equipment with us, and yeah, we decided that we didn't want to live here. So, but our first experience was over here in the parlor area here. That night we decided we were going to check it out. We were both sitting here. He asked if something was here, to knock 3 times, and it took us about a minute later, and that's when we heard not just 3 knocks, but it was bangs. They boom, boom, boom. I mean, you could feel it under the floor. You could feel it vibrate, and that's when I ran out the door. But so, and then a lot of other stuff. People get some stuff in here. We get a lot about the chair over here. People sit here, they think they feel, people just feel different. They'll feel nauseous. Some people have felt things touch them. We've even had people catch on camera something, you can see something sitting there and then it gets up. So there is something with this chair. So I don't know. And then in the dining room here, we do experience some things. I know that we've caught, I don't know what you would call it. It was like black mist, maybe, on the floor before. We've caught it going that direction. We've seen it over by the stairs. I was telling you before, we were sitting here one day, coming in to clean up the house, and we were just eating and doing a little EVP session, and I asked it if it was glad that I was here, and it said yes. So we get a lot of voices. I do believe there is a man down here, because we get a lot of answers from a man in this area. So every time I come in the house, I'm always saying, hi spirits, I always acknowledge them. So I think they know me, and I think that there's been people here that have they asked, who do you want to talk to? And they would say Heather. So I know that they know my name. I don't know if, they like me or not, but yeah, in this area, that's pretty much all I've experienced, but people have experienced, the dark mist and stuff like that. So I don't know. That's pretty much all I know about here.
What's like the most intense thing that's happened to you while you own the property?
This property?
Yep.
Well, downstairs in the basement, I have had a finger run down my back before. Like it just, not hard, it was just like down my back. It was gentle. Something's touched my hair. Nothing real aggressive. I personally don't fear anything here. I mean, I don't think there's anything bad here anyway, but I think it's a child in the basement. So I can tell you about that in a minute. So
really?
If you want to go down there.
Mm-hmm.
That's upstairs.
Wow, this looks more modern than the rest of the house.
It does. They have kind of experienced some stuff in here. I know one day there was a group that came in and they had their cat balls sitting out. And it seems like every time you start laughing, you get a lot of people laughing, the balls will go off. So they started laughing about something and the balls were all going off. It was pretty funny. Wow. But that's all I know of anything in here. And then we'll come down here. So, we have some things in here. We believe this used to be like a workshop for the kids that were disabled here. I don't know if this works. So the reason we believe that is that, well, we read it, but also you have, see where the hammers are and the tools? It would show the challenged kids how to, you know, where to put things. I've never experienced anything in here, and I'm not sure if anybody else has. I haven't heard of anybody. I don't know, I like the basement. Maybe I'm weird, but I'll wait till you see down here. So, I don't know how to explain it. We have had people catch full-on apparition right here. You see it manifest, and it's not very big. It's probably is a little boy, little girl, about this big. You see it manifest, and you see its arms. I'm getting heebie-jeebies now, but, and you see it walk back. So, this is the way back there. Let's see. This over here, I think people try, it's just storage, so I don't think anybody's ever caught anything in here. But, I mean, you're more than welcome to always. You never know.
Right.
And then in here, I don't know if the light works or not. So, can you guys see the colors?
Yeah.
You see, okay, so we don't know what's up with this room. I figured maybe it was where maybe some of the kids would play when the weather was bad. I don't know. I mean, we have been told that the coloring is calming for kids, but I do believe there is a child obviously down here with us. We get a lot of activity down here. I mean, this is where we get a lot of activity.
Do you think the coloring is from when the home was for the mentally challenged?
I think so. I myself had a son that was mentally challenged. He was mentally infantile. He was 32, no 30, he was 31. He passed away a couple years ago.
So sorry.
Thank you. But, I mean, I believe that, you know, I don't think he's down here, but, because we didn't live here back then. But I do think that the spirit, maybe it doesn't realize it's gone. Maybe it's trying, there have been people that have been bitten and scratched down here. My feeling is it's not a bad child or evil. I think it's trying to get your attention. Mm-hmm. I mean, if you can imagine being in a brain, or if you're just, any way you can't communicate, they're trying to get your attention somehow. That's what I think it is. I think it's a child that is saying, hey, I'm here. And I think that's why we get a lot of activity from him, because now, you know, we can interact with him. Nobody investigated this house until me and Carlo bought the house. So it's been pretty crazy. But a lot of times we'll stick lanterns, you know, the lanterns that make the noise and light up. Mm-hmm. We'll stick those in the middle, we stick cat balls, and they will go like back and forth, back and forth. Anything that lights up, they like.
Basement is very creepy.
Yeah, basements always are, but sorry. Let's see. These are the servants' quarters, or stairs, I'm sorry. We think this might have been like an actual servants' quarters, because it's huge. I think a little girl that used to live here had some experiences in here, but I don't really know what happened. The mom said that there was a apparition that always tried to get her to come in here and play. So I don't know. We could go up here because I know people had experiences up here. Cool. It is going to be hot, just so you know. If I lived here, this would be my private room. I know for a fact we had a woman here, and she said she saw a little boy with red hair run in here, like through the wall. I think, was it the wall? But he was up here. He ran up here, disappeared. We've had people investigating up here, and the lights went off and back on. You have to twist it. So they do like to turn lights on and off. They like to play with you. So and
you have to twist that too.
Yeah, you have to twist it. They were all just sitting over there, and boom, there it went.
That's
very
wild.
Weird. Nothing really in here except bats, maybe. You might want to try to go down this backwards.
Yeah, this is really, I've never seen anything like this.
Yeah, it's really weird. I do love this house. I would love to live here. When we were getting the windows replaced, my daughter came to let them in, so my granddaughter was with her, and she kept saying, because they were on the porch with the doors wide open here, my granddaughter kept pointing in. She couldn't really talk, but she kept pointing, like, look, look. And there was nothing there. So I don't know, her being so little, if she could see something. She was only 2, so. But we do have people that see a man stare out this window. There's a guy that lives, that we know, lives a couple blocks away. He always walks his dogs around here. And when we told him we bought the house, he's like, dude, there's a man stares out this window all the time. We think it is Clarence, because Clarence died up here. He died in one of these rooms over here. So
Clarence Wolf?
Yes. And they did raise their kids here. We never get any type of, you know, anything besides like their presence, but that's who we think is back here. We get a lot of, and I'm just thinking about it, I've got heebie-jeebies. This area in general, how do you feel in this area? Do you feel?
It gives off a weird vibe. Yeah,
it is very active here. We get a lot of short shadow people in this area. I don't know if it's because the rooms, you can go this way to the rooms or you can go around that way. But we get a lot of, activity with the lights again. Like down here, I put my lantern here. We get a lot of stuff down here. We had one guy come in just for a preliminary walk around and just to look around, and his recorder with him, and he thought he saw something. So he went into this room here and he said, where did you go, or what are you doing? He said, whatever. The spirit was like, whatever. So I don't know what that meant, but so we can come back here. But this hallway is really active. We think this might actually be the room that Clarence died in, but we don't really know. We get some stuff in here. I know that. So for me, I've seen, we were in that room over there putting up the baby beds, and I could see something out of the corner of my eye because I was standing right there. You could look in, and I saw an actual apparition walk and disappear. I saw the legs, the body go that way from over there. Carlo has actually taken a picture in here with the blinds down, and there's like a bright light, like just a yellow light. And then we've also caught a purple light in here as well. So I saw the apparition walk through this door, or through here, I don't know if there's anything in there, but you and I can't do that. So.
Yeah, that's insane that you saw that.
It was crazy. It's like I could feel it. You know what I'm talking about? Like when you can just feel it. I do know that we had a autistic adult young man come in, and he can see stuff, or supposedly he can see spirits, and he didn't want to come in here. So when we asked him to come in here, he said no. He said there's a mean lady in here, and he's like, well, what does she look like? He said, well, she has gray hair and it's in a bun like they wore back in the 1800s, but she had gray hair and it was in a bun. There was a woman though that did, the ones that used to live here with the kids and take care of the kids, she had gray hair with a bun. So we don't know if maybe this was her room or if she's up here, but she didn't want us in this room. He said that she was angry, telling us to get out. We have had people with their radios, like their
spirit box.
Yes, but the big ones, the big portals. They've gotten voices through here, cussing them out. So I don't know.
Oh wow.
These are bits and pieces of things that I've had people tell us what happened.
No, that's all interesting stuff.
But yeah. But this bed's the comfiest if you're spending the night.
I'll have to check it out later.
Or now, this room is the most active too. Let me turn this off. So this is our scrying room. So before we ever had a bed, we had the scrying. So people have scryed in here. They said they would see a mentally challenged child in there. They've also said they've seen an old lady with gray hair and a bun. We've had people that stay in this room. We've had one couple that stayed, and he said he woke up with a little boy staring at him, and when he was looking at him, he just dropped and was gone. So we've had that happen a couple of times in this room. Also, we had people's feet get played with and their toes pulled. They like to play with your feet. So in all these rooms, They hear the handles jiggle if you shut the door. I do know a lot of activity goes on just within this whole area here with the bedrooms, and if you have light up equipment, they love it. So if you've got some of that, you'll be good.
Totally.
The next room was the one I was in when I was I saw the apparition pass by. So we were putting up this bed, this is here, but I was standing about here and I was holding up, I guess, a piece of the bed or whatever, and I could just feel something staring, or I could feel something. So I kept looking in there, and that's when I saw it pass by. A lot of people get a lot of activity in here with their equipment. So the ones that lived here right before he bought it, so they moved in 2009, and they lived here for a couple years. She had like 5 kids, and eventually they moved out because they got divorced. But the house, they kept it, and it sat here empty for probably, it was sitting here for about 8 years. They owned it for 10 years. But they did have kids. The kids had interactions with, she said she could hear doors open and shut all the time. She contacted us. We didn't search her out. She sought us. Anyway, this hallway is pretty creepy. It's pretty much anything back in this direction. I don't know if where the kids actually, you know, where they played or what happened, but when you investigate, this is just a really good area. Actually, the whole upstairs is really good. So when Nick Groff came, he said the upstairs, just when he was up here just looking around, he could feel like people trying to like around him, like behind him. I mean, he said this was creepy. This does have a creepier vibe up here. The apparition that we caught, the little boy, was on Ghost Adventures. They were here. House Calls was here. So what happened was when they called us back and they were like, hey, we need you to like, because we'd already interviewed once with Zach, but then when they called us back, they're like, hey, we got something you got to see. And that's when they showed the apparition. It was really creepy. So yeah, anything that you light up. Oh, Carlo's the one that saw the boy on the stairs with red hair. So Carlo saw the boy with red hair here. The lady saw the boy with red hair upstairs. We do get the name Steven a lot. One time we were upstairs with a group, they wanted us to host them. So we did. They had like, you probably know what a speak and spell is. Do you know what?
Oh yeah.
Do you know what that is? You guys are too young. It's kind of like that, but it would say the ABCs. And Carlo has a shadow tracker. Do you know what those are? It's like a little panel with lights. It's sensor basically. And when that come on with the ABCs, it literally lit up to the ABCs. It would go A, B, C, D. It was so cool.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So I mean, that's why we know there's kids up there, as far as we know. But yeah, we've caught apparitions down here. We have a friend of ours that caught one, like it was coming through that door over there. Not the door, but the window. You see right there next to the window? It was coming through the wall there. People see them all the time here. So dark shadow people. People have been bitten downstairs. They've been scratched. I always think, oh no, they didn't, because I don't know, like the spirits know me, so maybe that's why I don't experience any of that.
Has anybody ever sent you a picture of their scratch or bite mark?
Yeah, Carlo has those. This house was actually, the property was even bigger. So back behind here, there used to be probably a stable house back there. So I don't know, at some time along the 100 years or so, somebody probably sold that back there and they changed the address and stuff like that. But I mean, it was built in, all of this stuff is in there, but I know it's the late 1800s. I have ADHD real bad. Do you ever watch that movie, Predator, where he's kind of camouflaged? You know what I'm
time ago.
But you know how he's clear, you know? That's the kind of apparition they got. So yeah, we've gotten a lot of like apparition stuff just like in this area here. This room here, like I said, is where we got the knocks. We've never experienced anything that strong as we did, but that was like the first time, you know. I do know that when he had just bought the house, he wanted to come in, just have a look again, just right before we signed everything. That is when he kind of got the inkling that something might be going on, because he was up looking in the attic and he heard somebody go, well, me and the realtor are outside, like we weren't even close to that. He was like, are y'all coughing down there? Like, no. So that was kind of a little hint maybe that something was going on. And then after that, he's like, let's just go over there, you know, and we can take a recorder or whatever, and just your basic, you know, stuff. And that's when, I mean, simple knock was strong. For me, I could feel it. I don't know if he was sitting on the floor, but I was my butt on the floor. You could feel that vibration, you know what I'm saying? I mean, there is a lot of voices too, and sometimes you can't tell what they say, but a lot of people get Carlo, because you know, he's here all the time. They know me and Carlo. Well, I totally forgot about this. There is an old piano. It wasn't anything that Jerome sold. People say they can hear keys hitting, like the piano keys.
Sure, let's go check it out.
Okay, there is old windows in there, so be careful. And he's got this rigged. I don't. I can leave it open though. Let's see if I can get it out. I don't know what he's done to this. There it goes. Alrighty. It's kind of a cool little. I don't ever go out here. This is the bathroom. They built this on. I think they built it on for Daisy, because she needed that bathroom. So there's no light out here, so, but there's not as many windows as I thought there was.
Oh wow, that's old.
Yeah, so this is old. The lady that lived here with her kids, she brought this, brought it in, but I mean.
Is it still playing?
But they'll hear keys being played. So, yeah. So yeah, you can tell that's so old. We thought, before she told us, we thought it'd been here since then, because he had a piano shop. So we get a lot of stuff out here. Not a lot, but we get this sometimes. You guys are more than welcome to come out here. I'll leave the little thing.
Sweet. All right, you guys, to start off the investigation, I have a Sony digital recorder here. I'm just gonna ask some questions, see if we can get any answers. I'm gonna play them back right here in real time. Yeah, this is the first time I've actually done like EVPs with a digital recorder. I always use the Spirit Box, but I finally picked one of these up, so we're gonna see if we can catch anything on the playback. Let's ask some questions and see what we can get. Is there any spirits in this building with me? Is there any spirits in this building with me? Is there anybody on this first floor of this building with me right now? Is there anybody on this first floor of this building with me right now? Alright, so I've been doing the digital recorder up in this room for a little bit now, and I haven't gotten literally anything. So I'm gonna move on to the Spirit Box and see if we can get any different type of answers or maybe some more activity on the Spirit Box. So let's get into that. Alright, you guys, so I'm in the same room, but now I have the Spirit Box, the PSB7 here, and yeah, I'm just gonna do the same thing, ask some questions. Hopefully we can get a little bit more on the Spirit Box. I was hoping that we would get some EVPs though, but I'm gonna do that in every room, so let's hold some hope out for that. Let's see what we can get on the Spirit Box here. I also have the REM pod set up on the stairs, so if anything happens over there, it will be picked up on recording. Is there anybody in this first floor of this mansion with me tonight? How many people died here? Done. Alright, you guys, so now we are upstairs in the Angry Ladies room. I got the REM pod over there on the fire mantle, and I also have the night vision camera. We're going to do lights out. spirit box, and I'm gonna ask some questions on the recorder too. So yeah, let's get into this. Is there a woman that haunts this room?
You're not.
You hear that?
You're not.
What is your name? Something faint there. Hear that?
Yeah.
There it is again, that same voice. Did you hear it? It was like really low.
Yes, ask it again.
If you really haunt this building, can you touch that red light for me above the fireplace? If you're here with us? Do you hear that? Are you a male spirit? Do you hear that little thing?
Yeah, the little girl voice.
How many people died here? I don't know. Whoa, you hear that? That was like a disembodied voice almost, like a, I don't know, it was weird. Creepy sounding. I'll replay that for sure. How old were you when you died? 11?
I heard 11.
You heard that too?
Yeah.
That's crazy, dude. That has to be like probably the best answer so far.
11.
Do you like it when people come here to investigate?
No.
Just say no.
I heard it now.
Yeah, I did too.
No.
Some weird, like I couldn't even. Did you hear that one too? By the way, you guys, this is my brother Kyle, who's.
I'm Kyle, what's up?
He comes with me to the investigations just to help out and stuff, so, is there an angry energy in this room with us? How do you die? Dude, I swear it said my heart. Did you hear that too?
Yeah, I heard that. It was like a deep voice in my heart.
I know, dude, that's what I heard too. That has to be like the craziest answer so far. Like, I thought the 11 was pretty like intense, but dude, I swear, no doubt that said my heart. Like, I don't even have to look back at it. But I will, I'll replay that right now. That's crazy. We literally asked, how did you die? Yeah, that's what I asked, I'm pretty sure, isn't it? That's crazy. If you're really here with us in this building, can you touch that red light above the fireplace? The REM pod literally never goes off. Like, I want it to go off so bad. Is there a lady that haunts this room?
Hold on.
How old were you when you passed away? Midnight? Is that what, I heard midnight.
But you said how old were you, right?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I heard midnight. What did you hear?
Midnight, yeah, I heard the same thing.
That's weird. We've definitely gotten some weird. We've definitely gotten some pretty bizarre answers up here. I mean, I was trying the spirit box downstairs. I was getting tons of interference. and I wasn't getting any answers. But up here, I'm getting a lot of interference, but I'm also getting a lot of answers that correlate to the question I just asked. So you have to keep that in mind, like when you get answers on the spirit box and they make sense to what you just asked, hard to believe it would be a coincidence. Because I literally asked, how did you die? And it said, my heart. Like, I just don't know how to explain that. Did anybody die in this room?
I heard a faint yes.
Really?
Yeah, I did. It was really quiet though.
I didn't hear anything.
It was a female voice.
Are you an evil spirit? Who is the spirit that said they died from a heart illness? What is your name?
Orson.
Orson? Or
Orson, I
something like
heard
that.
Orson.
I mean, that's a weird
But it
name.
sounds like a female though.
Orson. 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 Orson.
That voice did sound like a female. But it said Orson. I mean, it's just a weird name.
Ask it again.
Did you say your name was Orson? Or maybe that was their last name, possibly? Seems like it would be more of like a last name. Alright guys, so now we are going into the playroom. We're gonna set up all the stuff right here. This is a pretty creepy room, honestly. Bunch of toys. 2 cribs in here that actually look really old. Creepy. Alright everybody, now we are in the playroom upstairs on the same floor we were just on. There's a bunch of toys all over the floor, kind of like props for the children's spirits, which is really cool. I like to see that in places because, you know, if there is children's spirits here, it gives them something to do. First off, in this room, we're going to take out the Sony recorder and see if we can get any sort of EVP up here. I really want to start trying to get some EVPs without the spirit box, just so I can switch it up a little bit, you know. But yeah, let's see if we can get anything here when we ask some questions. Is there any children's spirits here in this playroom with me? How many children's spirits are here? How many children's spirits are here?
No.
What was that? It said now or now?
No.
It was definitely a female voice too. Is there a female up here? A female spirit? Is there a female spirit here?
I think there's one.
Nope.
Oh, dude. It said no.
Nope.
But it was weird because that was also a female voice. Alright guys, so we just moved down into the basement right now. Apparently this is where a lot of activity is captured. I'm gonna set up a chair right here. Got the night vision camera over there. But yeah, we're just gonna basically see if we can get anything down here. Nothing has really topped the old woman's room or whatever it's called. We got some pretty crazy answers in there, but yeah, let's see what we can get down here. Hopefully we can get some more activity, some different type of responses. So yeah, let's get into it. All right guys, so we're in the basement. I got the Sony digital recorder here, and we're gonna start off with using this, and then we're gonna move on to the spirit box. How many spirits are here with me in this basement? Oh, did that go off?
It did.
Holy crap.
If there's a spirit here, please touch the REM pod.
How old were you when you passed away? Is it true that the children like to scratch and bite people here? Are Clarence or Daisy Wolf here with us tonight? Are Clarence or Daisy Wolf here with us tonight? Are Clarence or Daisy Wolf here with us tonight? Is Clarence or Daisy Wolf here with us tonight? Is Daisy here in this room with us? Does Daisy Wolf haunt this property? What was that? Is Daisy's room haunted? When this place was a home for children, were any of the children abused? That was weird.
92.
Were any of the children abused that stayed here at this house? If you're here with us, you could speak with me using this device. How many children spirits are in this property with us? Well, it just went off. Whoa! I swear this just went
I
off.
saw it. Was the camera on it?
No, that one died. Alright, I'll do what you said. If there is any children spirits here with us, would you like to play with that red light I have on the bed right there? That's crazy. Alright you guys, so that is going to wrap it up for tonight's video. I really hope you guys enjoyed the history and the investigation here at Beale Manor. Again, this is a place I've been wanting to do for quite some time. I've heard about it and finally able to come out here and investigate. I hope you guys enjoyed the evidence we captured. We got some pretty crazy stuff. I can't believe the REM pod went off in there. So from now on, there will be a video every other Saturday, and then there will be another video, not the next Saturday, but the Saturday after that, so like August 20th or 19th or something. So yeah, again, I hope you guys enjoyed. Drop a like, leave a comment of what you thought, and subscribe to the Ghost Files if you haven't yet. I will catch you guys in 2 weeks. Peace out.